وبالله ومن الله.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be on the noblest of the prophets Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and all those who follow in righteousness to the day of reckoning. I take this opportunity to welcome you to another edition of Ramadan in 10 minutes on RAANOD TV. Ramadan in 10 minutes is supported by Fadi's Beauty Shop. Fadi's Beauty Shop deals in cosmetics and provides skincare service, beauty and personal care. They are located at Okainshi and they can be reached on 0242 919443 0242 919443. According to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there are two joys, two happiness for the one who fasts: the pleasure of breaking his fast and the pleasure of meeting his Lord. You are assured of this if you fast purely seeking the face of Allah. That is what you are assured of. Today, we want to learn the story of another companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We notice that for most of us, it is the successors that we know and the immediate family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we have heard of. So these are unsung heroes we want to highlight so that people will learn and know what they went through for the sake of Islam. We want to talk about Ammar Ibn Yasir. Ammar Ibn Yasir radiallahu anhu. We want to talk about him today. Ammar was a close companion of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was the son of martyrs because, as we soon learn, both his father and mother were killed because of Islam. He was a fearless warrior and a devoted Muslim until his death. He was a fearless warrior and a devoted Muslim until his death. The question is, what can be said about my Iman? And what could be said about your Iman? Are we sure we can hold on, inshallah, to the point of death? That is a question for you and I to answer. But the testimony about Ammar Ibn Yasir radiallahu anhu is that he was a fearless warrior and a devoted Muslim until his death. He was one of the first people to embrace Islam, and he and his parents suffered at the hands of the Quraysh. When we're talking about Suhaib radiallahu anhu, said when he went to Al-Arkam to listen to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Suhaib met Ammar Ibn Yasir radiallahu anhu there, and he asked him, what brought you here? And he also in turn asked Suhaib, I should ask you, what brought you here? And he said, I came to listen to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then Ammar Ibn Yasir said, it was that same reason that brought me here. So look at the effort that Ammar Ibn Yasir radiallahu anhu made to get the good news of Islam so that he could embrace Islam. He embraced Islam. His parents were also Muslims. They embraced Islam. And they all suffered at the hands of the Quraysh people because they did not understand why they have decided to follow Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Islam. Ammar was part of the first team who migrated to Abyssinia, modern-day Ethiopia, to seek asylum so that they could protect their faith. And indeed, he also migrated to Medina, and he was part of the group that built the first mosque in Medina. So you see the contribution of Ammar to Islam. First, his migration to Abyssinia, Ethiopia, to protect his faith. Then, still to protect his faith, he migrated from Mecca to Medina. Because the question is, if he migrated to Abyssinia, why did they come back to Mecca? It was a false news they got when Hamza and Umar radiallahu anhuma and others had embraced Islam. They thought Islam was flourishing and the persecution has ceased. So they came back, and when they came back to Mecca, they realized that it was worse than they previously thought. So eventually, they had to migrate to Medina so that they could go and protect their Iman. There, they needed to put up a mosque, a place of worship, and Ammar was part of the team that built the first mosque. He was born around the same time that the Prophet ﷺ was born, and they were close friends. He is said to have even played a crucial role, an important role in arranging the first marriage of Muhammad ﷺ. Ammar's mother, Sumayya radiallahu anha, was martyred, and she indeed was the first martyr in Islam. His mother, Sumayya radiallahu anha, she was killed because she had embraced Islam. One day, Abu Jahl, in a fit of rage, stabbed her in her lower stomach with a spear, and she died immediately. That was what Ammar's mother was subjected to. After this, Abu Jahl and his group tortured and killed Yasir, that is Ammar's father, to make him an orphan in its proper sense. Because it's believed that when your father dies, that is when you become the true orphan. Overwhelmed with grief and fear, Abu Jahl and his people held Ammar, and they asked him to curse Islam and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And out of grief, anxiety, and fear, Ammar did that. But he did that under duress, under compulsion. But because of the faith that Ammar had, he thought he had reneged on his belief and rushed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to narrate the incident to him. And he was wondering whether Allah will forgive him. And so Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him that Allah had stated in Quran chapter 16, verse 106, that those who embrace disbelief wholeheartedly, but not under duress, such people are those on whom is the wrath from God, and they will suffer a great punishment. So the Prophet told Ammar that he is not part of those who will suffer that torture because he did so under duress. Again, the Prophet ﷺ sent Ammar and some people to seek asylum in Abyssinia, as I have stated earlier on. And during the construction of the first mosque, whilst people were picking one brick or a brick, Ammar was picking two. And the Prophet ﷺ said, yes, he will get a double reward. He did a lot for Islam. He participated in most of the wars, and he was killed in the Battle of Siffin around the age of 90. May Allah be pleased with him and his dear parents, and may Allah let us also learn from the belief of Amar and some of the previous companions we have spoken about. Ramadan in 10 minutes was supported by Fadi's Beauty Shop. Fadi's Beauty Shop deals in cosmetics and provides skincare service, beauty and personal care. They are located at Okanshi, and they could be reached on 0242 919443. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.